From Sunshine, Arizona, here in Mesa at the backfields of Cubs spring training. Great to have you with us, Max Thoma alongside Brendan King, your favorite broadcast duo in the Midwest League. BK, how you feeling out here in the sunshine?
Man, this is cool because, Max, this is the first time I've been here since the spring of 2019. And you think about the spring of 2019. Since that point, the South Bend Cubs got 2 championship rings. Number 2's on the way tomorrow. Can't wait.
And we'll get to have those rings with us soon. You excited? You already have one. I don't have one,
Yeah.
so I get mine first. But what's it like going from ring 1 to ring 2?
Special. I mean, I got my first ring with me, not with me right now, but it's back at the Airbnb. So sport that a little bit tomorrow. Then for the Rockies game, walk around with 2 of them. I've never had that experience in my life. So
it's a big time of year as we slowly build towards the Major League season and the minor league season as well. Single game tickets for South Bend Cubs games are now on. You can see all the theme nights and promo days. What are you looking forward to most South Bend Cubs promo and theme nights schedule-wise this year?
Well, I think the first thing that's going to stick out is Throwback Thursdays, the return of the South Bend Silverhawks, where the South Bend Cubs are going to go full retro. Silverhawks are back. Of course, you talk about the history of baseball in South Bend, all the terrific players that passed through here. The Silverhawks had a big part to do with that. And then, shameless plug, Indy 500 night coming up in the month of May before Memorial Day weekend. I'll be at the race. Look forward to getting everybody kind of consumed in the Indianapolis 500, including you. We're making you a race fan.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm in for it. I think everybody, in Indiana is going to be super excited for those kind of events because the Silverhawks kind of brings the whole community back. A lot of people that just love that kind of team, love the logo, love everything. To see all that back on the field in downtown South Bend, it's going to be fun. And then the relationship with Indy Motor Speedway, it's going to be special this year.
Oh, it's going to be cool. I mean, you talk about a historical factor, and I think it's awesome that the Speedway is partnering with a bunch of organizations here in the state, but especially it hits close to home that, we're going to be doing a game together and, hear some car noises and maybe get some cool giveaways too.
So let's talk about, first off, let's talk about the interview because we got an interview coming up. Brennen Davis, the guy who's been playing on these backfields for a long time, his debut is just coming one of these days at Wrigley Field. Talk about your sit down with Brennen Davis.
Man, you think about Brennen Davis, that was back at Cubs convention too, and we haven't seen him yet, but you think about that was 2 months ago, and in a matter of 2 months, I'm looking forward to seeing the progress that he has already made. Because again, some guys get here. I remember, Brendan and Cole Franklin were at the Club 400 Christmas party, and that's really the last time I saw them other than Cubs convention too. So, 2 months out here is a long time because you just saw it. We passed by the gym, we passed by the lab, all the facilities that the Cubs have here. Brennan is getting ready to make that major league debut, and it was cool to talk to him about it.
Yeah, and it's just great. It's great even to just be out here catching up with all the guys we haven't seen in a while. A lot of championship guys we haven't seen since that great night at the end of September in Northeast Ohio. But here is that interview with BK and Brennen Davis. Cubs Convention 2023 continues. I'm Brendan King, alongside our good pal, Brennen Davis. B, it's great to see you at CubsCon, and you enter this Cubs Convention in a very exciting part of your career. You're a top 2 prospect in the Chicago Cubs organization. This is your first ever CubsCon. You're right on the cusp of the big league. So really for you, man, what's the last, let's call it, year been like?
It's been a roller coaster, man. It's the most adversity I've had to deal with in baseball, but I'm happy where I'm at and how the offseason went, and I'm excited for 2023.
What'd you learn most from 2022? Because again, folks know you in South Bend as a 2-time Midwest League champion. You had a short stay right in 2022. It was great to have you when we did, but we were glad to get you back to AAA Iowa, of course. But again, the injury early on in the season, did you really figure out just how much mental fortitude you had this year dealing with that injury?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough dealing with, it's tough going out there and knowing that you're not at 100%, which it's part of the game, but it weighs on you a little bit because you know what your body can do, and when it's not playing up to your expectations, it's frustrating. But it's like I said, it's nice to have an off-season reset and really get back to where I feel good.
As mentioned, 2-time Midwest League champion now. You're going to get that ring from this year as well. But the ring that we both know, 2019. First of all, where do you keep this thing? And secondly, give me some of your memories of that squad.
Yeah, I mean, I keep it in, so I kind of have like a little showroom where I put, my like.
You're developing a collection.
Yeah, like my Player of the Year awards.
Keep that.
Favorite memory from that team, I think the playoff run was sweet.
Yeah.
We just absolutely cleaned house. And the camaraderie you have with guys when it's playoffs and winning matters, and you go through the minor leagues, and sometimes you lose sight of winning because there's so many games and there's so, guys are on, pitching schedules and stuff like that, and it gets a little, But when you get into playoffs and it's win or go home, you see everybody like turn it on, and it's the competitor in people. That's what I live for.
Was that about as close-knit of a team as you've played on?
Yeah, I would say that's the closest knit team I played on.
Well, think about the outfield, too, B. It was you, Cole Roeder, and then throw Nelson Velasquez. Nelson Velasquez was hitting 7th on that team. Of course, he's now in the big leagues.
Yeah.
The depth of that squad, Levi Jordan playing third, Andy Weber at short, Clayton Daniel, at second base, Jake Slaughter was the first baseman. Marcus Mastroboni played a key role at catcher, and then, an elite pitching staff along with a great bullpen. So, all in all, that was a team meant to win. No?
Yeah, we really turned it on down the stretch. You really saw guys with the ability to win, and whether we were the most talented on the team, like the guys have the characteristics that it takes to win, and that's what's most important down the stretch.
So Cubs convention this weekend, you meet all kinds of Cubs fans. Has it hit you at all that when you came into this organization, you were a 19-year-old kid that you just got drafted, really exciting times, and now you're older and you're pushing and you're so close. So have you had a chance to reflect on just how much you've grown in this organization alone?
It's crazy to think I've been playing for 5 years, 4.5, 5 years, whatever you want to say. But yeah, it's crazy because I look back at it, and I used to be the high school kid, and now you see the little frail high school kids getting drafted, and I'm like, man, there's no way I looked like that. But it's awesome. It's awesome to see the growth and still be around guys that I got drafted with, and the close relationships that I've been able to build with teammates and coaches. It's really special.
What's it been like for you to get a little taste of it? Because you were on the taxi squad, you were able to go take BP at Wrigley. I know there was that prospect camp where you and a lot of the boys got to go out and enjoy a day at Wrigley, BP, bullpens, whatever. So you've gotten a little taste of it. What's it going to take to get the full experience?
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to debut now. That's what I got left on the bucket list, and that's what it's going to take.
We got some fan questions. This has been a popular question through the day, B. Some people have answered, some people not answered because it's really serious. What's your Taco Bell order?
Taco Bell order.
Serious stuff.
Yeah, this is big time. Crunchwrap Supreme or 5-layer burrito, depending on the day.
Not both.
Not both.
One of the two?
Can't do both.
See, hers rattled off like 10 items, and it's like for a snack,
Merv, big body bends.
Merv said he didn't eat Taco Bell. He goes to Chick-fil-A, which is, I guess, a decent option. All right, fan question number 2. Your favorite thing to do off the field when you're not playing ball?
I really enjoy hanging out with the guys, and one of the things we all get along is pushing it, but we all go golfing and compete. We like competing, so whether it's cornhole, golf, going playing darts, pool, stuff like that.
Leads me to my next question. Fan question 2B. I had Cole Franklin on my podcast last week. He said he was in Arizona, he was golfing with Cam Sanders. And before I could even muddle out, hey, where are you playing, Cole? It was, hey, BK, how are you? I'm playing with Cam Sanders. Definitely a better golfer than Brennen Davis and Ryan Jensen. What's your response to that?
He's lying. You know what? It's kind of sad to see somebody lie like that straight to your face, but I am so much better than him. It's not even funny.
I think we're going to have to bring the Chris Hagstrom camera
go
onto the course.
Yeah.
I'll commentate. I'll Jim Nance everything.
It'll be like the match.
That's what I'm saying. Could you imagine? How many people tune into a South Bend Cubs live stream match? Last fan question. Just your favorite thing about the game of baseball?
Yeah, I really like. I saw an interview that Deion Sanders had, and it really put it into perspective. It's like, as a competitor myself, baseball is one of those sports that it's like, you can be really good, but you'll never master it. It's always changing, it's always evolving, and it's the hardest sport ever. So it really brings out the competitor in me, and I love competing and being with my teammates and going through the day in, day out grind, and it's what brings me joy.
Last question. You're part of the new age group of Cubs, B, and it's no secret that the likes of Merv, you, PCA, Owen KC are all on their way up. But what the Cubs are doing right now, Dansby Swanson is here this weekend, Jamison Tyone is here. We just wrapped up an interview with Tucker Barnhart as well. Throw Cody Bellinger in there too. The meeting of kind of the new group versus these big free agent guys that are coming in, how exciting is that to you? It's
really exciting, and they've definitely taken us under like their wings with open arms. Like you go say hi to these guys, and they're the nicest guys ever. And it just makes you really hopeful, like that one day that we're all teammates and we're all competing in the same locker room. It's pretty special.
Brennen Davis is a 2-time Midwest League champion in South Bend. I had the pleasure of calling his first ever pro home run and his first ever pro walk-off bomb. B, it's been a hell of a ride watching you grow.
Appreciate you.
Can't wait to see it, Wrigley.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
So that was Brennen Davis and BK. BK, first off, before we get to the next thing, how much are you looking forward to watching Brennen and his progress this year?
Well, last year, I think it's no secret for everybody how tough it could be dealing with the injuries that he did, because he started so hot and then he got hurt, and then there were the rumors circling that he might come back sooner. Well, he did get back in action here, and then for a short time with us, and then Iowa, of course. But that was a little appetizer,
yeah,
right? It was a little
exactly.
tease for what's to come. So you hope that he could play a full 140, and then ultimately, if he gets to the top level, play towards that 162 marker.
And it's funny for us when you work in minor league baseball, when we see, Brennen during a rehab last year for 1 week, we see him the year before to start the season after he got hurt in spring training. Those are guys that we don't want to see him again. Hey, keep on moving up, keep on progressing, make it up in the bigs.
Well, that's what reunions for us are like here. You dap everybody up, you see them, you say, hey, how's it going, miss you, but yeah, don't come near us, right? Because we want you to get to Wrigley. So that's what spring training is for, getting here on the first day and catching up with everybody.
So to the important stuff, South Bend Cubs opening night at home is April 11th, 7:05 Eastern Time against the Beloit Skycart team that we had a whole lot of success against last year. Gates open up at 5 p.m., limited supply of VIP tickets left. What do you look forward to most on opening day?
Man, well, this year, another banner raising especially, but I think just getting to see the faces of the people that you've become so accustomed to seeing throughout that 6 months period, because we're around the park, whether for Sunday autographs or just BP, right around when the gates open, we're walking outside getting ready for the pregame show or just walking in the booth, and you become accustomed to seeing the same faces and new faces too, but as well, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of like a reunion of friends when you get to opening day, and fingers crossed that we get some good weather this year.
We might need to dig it up, but I think opening day last year, our first pregame show, you and I were on the field together.
Yes.
You had your ring, and you were saying maybe by the end of the year you'll have one of these.
Let's pull the tape, baby.
And I'll have another one. So we got to pull that tape, because opening day this year, hopefully it's me and you on the field.
Upon further review.
I show my one, and then you flex on with two. Is it middle for both?
Well, no, yeah, because championship rings are supposed to be your middle finger to start until you're like MJ.
So you're Phil Jackson.
But no, I got two for the middle, yeah. So.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a whole lot of great content coming your way this week in Arizona. Thanks for tuning in to another Cubbie Corner.